Welcome to our video presentation, and we thank you so much for joining us. We are presenting material from week 5, lesson 3 for math, and our goal today is to help you enjoy this and to understand how to create equations from word problems. Mr. Rangel and I are here today, and I'm Mrs. De La Mota, and we are looking forward to our way of presenting the lessons to you through video. We are going to show you today 3 things to keep in mind, and you see the 3 parts here. You are going to be able to select those from the word problems that you look at. So as you look at this, I want to point out that today our y is going to be representing a total. Mx is going to be representing the constant rate of change. And B is going to be representing an initial value, a one-time fee perhaps, a beginning. It's going to show up once. So where it says initial value, I'm going to go ahead and leave the word initial because that's a very good word in math for meaning the start for 1. So here we go. When you are looking at a word problem, it is very, very important that you comprehend the words. A lot of times, math mistakes occur when people misread word problems, or perhaps you read them through once, you don't pick out the information like this box is showing. It's usually something has been overlooked, or perhaps it's been a vocabulary word that has been misunderstood. So it's very important that you read through the problems 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, until you fully comprehend the information it's giving you. Because once you do, putting it together in the equation is actually pretty easy and fun. So here we go. It says, in order to remain on the Liberty Archery team, Coach Ford asked those students who made the team to pay a joining fee of $10 plus $5 per month for the 10-month school year. Write an equation to determine the total each student will have to pay. I read through it the first time, and this has already been underlined for us, and you can see you've got a lot of number clues here. But I like to read through something 1 time before I start to take it apart. I kind of read through it and I let it soak in. Then the second time through, I'm going to start It's just like being in class, isn't it?
Yes.
It will happen on our videos too. So as you are looking at it the second time through, we want to start picking out the facts that we see. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll the screen up here so that we can see what's in the box at the same time. Oops, up. Okay, so now as I go through this word problem the second time, it says, in order to remain on the Liberty Archery team, so I know they want to stay on a team, so I think what does that involve? Coach Ford asks those students who made the team to pay a joining fee. That makes sense. If you're a part of a team, a lot of times that does involve something that you have to purchase or uniforms. So it says it's going to be a joining fee of $10. When I see that, a joining fee, that's one of those one-time fees. It doesn't keep happening over and over again. You join once. So over here, which one does that go with? I'm thinking the joining. Is it the total? Is it going to keep changing, that joining fee? Or is it my initial value? And I'm going to realize that it's going to be my initial value over here. I have a joining fee of $10. Now it says plus $5 per month. Well, I know, as I think to myself, there are 12 months in the year. So if it's $5 for 1 month, that's going to tell me that every month that follows, that total is going to keep increasing by $5. Per is one of those really important vocabulary words that's going to let you know we're talking about multiplication. It's going to keep increasing as we go through. And it tells me over here it's for 10 months. Aha. So now I know that it's going to be $5 and it's going to be 10 months. So I keep reading. Write an equation to determine the total each student will have to pay. So I know that I've got a joining fee of 10. That's a one-time fee. I know that I have $5 per month, and they told me that there were 10 months. So let's go ahead and underline that too, because that's important. So I come over here and I look back at my equation and I see that the per month, this is the one that keeps changing because depending on the number of months, it's going to change the total. And it's going to be M is going to be over here with the 5. The initial fee B is the 10. So I go and I put this together. The total is going to be 5. X is going to represent the 10 months. And then I have $10 fee. So I have Y is equal to 5X plus 10. So as you look at this, this was summed up very nicely for you here. X is showing you that it represents the number of months. Y is the total each student will have to pay. And it's showing you again, M is 5 because it's the rate at which the cost changes per month. And B is 10 because it's a one-time fee, an initial fee to join. It's a beginning. We're going to take a look at some of your homework questions here. And we're going to go through some examples together. Oops, I did it again. Just like in class. Okay, so we're going to take a look at number 1. So that you feel comfortable that you are looking at it on the... Let's take a look at example, well, number 1 from your assignment. An electrician charges a $20 house call fee plus $30 per hour of work. Which equation represents this relationship? So I'm going to now read it a second time. The second time through, I'm going to start picking out numbers that have meaning to me. But before I do that, I better write down my formula. Reminding myself that M is going to represent the change. B is going to represent an initial value. So this is how I think. I'm going to kind of think aloud for you as I go through the second time. An electrician charges a $20 house call fee plus $30 per hour. I'm going to underline this information here. Let's see. I remember when an electrician has come to my house, they've charged money just to come. So $20 just to come to my house. So that's going to be a value that doesn't change. Plus, the work they do per hour will have its own rate. So depending on how many hours they work, that part could change. So as I look at this, I also pick out the vocabulary word per. Per is a word that's going to be tied into multiplication, and I'm going to end up multiplying $30 by the number of hours that the electrician is there. So let's see, how would I write this equation? I am going to fill this out. If you'll remember that from previous lesson that Mr. Orangel taught, I'm looking, now my total will be the initial fee of 20. So that's going to have to be written over here. And $30 per hour will have to go here. This is showing me that this is going to change. This is one time. So as I look through here, I see that it would be letter C. One thing, oh, no, I'm actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and show them 4. I was going to give you a clue about 4, but I think we're going to walk through that because we really want you to enjoy being able to write equations from the verbal word problems. Number 4, and remember, read. A plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour of service. Which equation can be used to determine the cost, C, after H hours of service? Okay, like I said, I read it through the first time before I start doing any kind of math stuff to it. I just want to comprehend those words. I'm going to reread it, but I'm already seeing something that looks different to me. I'm seeing C's and H's. I'm not seeing X's and Y's. And is this a different kind of a problem? No, it isn't. What you're going to remember with these variables is that they can be changed. The letters can be changed. And in this case, it was changed because it made it easier to comprehend. And I'll show you as we read it through the second time where and why they're using a C and an H. A plumber, and you know what? We still need to go ahead and write that problem down. Write down the formula. A plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour. Aha. I can pick this out pretty quickly now. I hope you can too. Work ahead of me to see if you got the answer before we get to it. A plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour. Which equation can be used to determine the cost, C, after H hours of service? So we are trying to find the cost. Cost is going to be on this side of the equal sign. So already knowing that, we can cross out, we're not solving for hours, we're solving for cost. So as we look at this, the one-time fee is 25. And then the cost is going to be equal to 50. And then we have $50 every hour. So as we do that, you can see your correct answer choice is going to be A. Thank you for joining us today. We love you and we miss you very much.